So my mom took that sacrifice of being away for about 7 years. I was born in Colombia, and I grew up in the city of Medellín. Not growing up with a mother was pretty tough, especially like on days where like comes Mother's Day, you're not really sure what to celebrate.
It was very difficult, right? Not having like a physical contact, like not being able to hug him, or when I called, he will ask me to come back and start crying, and that lasted for years. So the final moment came that he was able to come here and everything was ready. It was all kind of emotions. So of course, joy and happiness, but at the same time fear, because he was already 9 and I missed, right, the most important years of his life as growing up.
It's hard getting to interact with kids, especially since I was in halfway of 5th grade. Everyone already had their friend group. I didn't speak the language. I couldn't really express myself. So it's just trying to understand like this new culture and the new language barrier, not being able to really talk to people. That made it extremely difficult. When I was first signing my electives class, like sheet, back home, I didn't know what any of the classes meant. So I just saw band and I thought it was for like church band singing or something. So I signed up for it regardless and I ended up falling in love with it. At first in high school, I wanted to do some prior service. I wanted to give back to all the opportunities the country has given me, from a job to being able to have proper education. At first I didn't know really what the Marine Corps had, like what its standards were, what it really was. And I found out it was the hardest branch, and I thought to myself, well, if I can do this, I can prove a lot to myself. I've always had a lack of confidence. So I ended up doing it regardless. So like when we first stood on the yellow footprints, I was like, oh wait, I'm doing the thing. I'm actually starting the process. And that was just exciting. But I am extremely lucky though, as some people join the Marine Corps with no friends or no family to support them beforehand. That's truly motivating. Just seeing people push through with really nothing to hear back from home, like that was all they had. The happiest moment for sure had to be when I finally got my EGA. I'm sure that's the most shared one, but it's really meaningful. You go through 3 months of extremely hard training that scales to nothing you've probably done before you joined the Marine Corps. And it was just rewarding to know that I tried my best, I did my best, and it paid off.
Keahi Moreno, when he first stepped into my office, initially I already know that he's a bright young man. I applaud his patriotism because it takes a lot to serving the country, and most importantly, serving a country that you weren't born in the first place. So that to me was definitely something that impacted me a lot.
I realized that I really care about my future. Since my parents gave me such a good opportunity, I can't throw it to waste. I have to make the best out of it, but also do what makes me happy.